it could be my retirement plan, and that I will be 75 years old wrestling pigs and donkeys. Hi, my name's Chris. Welcome to my new channel for Elysium Animal Rescue, Cyprus. So why the new channel? Why am I doing this? Why at 42 years old do I think that I could become a YouTuber? Well, hopefully that will become clear. Don't expect too much. Like I said, I'm 42 years old. I'm a quality assurance analyst, and I have crippling self-loathing and severe insecurities. So, you know, putting myself out there on a video, probably not the best thing that I could do, but it's about our animal rescue charity. And so I'm going to tell you a bit about me, or a bit about us, a bit about our charity, or what will become a charity, what we do, and hopefully what our mission is for the future, maybe. I'll try to make it entertaining. I'm not sure it will happen, but, you know, we'll give it a try. The main reason I'm doing this is because we, about, 4 or 5 months ago, we decided that although we were already doing animal rescue work, we were just doing it independently with a prolific rescuer in Limassol called Cavelli, who was our neighbour, and so we started doing rescue work with her. Then we thought, well, we need to make this more of an organised and collective approach. And so we decided to set up Elysium Animal Rescue. And it also links into the fact that myself and my husband Joe, when we moved to Cyprus, we had a dream that we would have a house with land and dogs and goats and donkeys and, you know, pigs, apparently, I was told. So we thought that if we were to set up an animal charity, that we could eventually, probably in many years' time, build a sanctuary for not just rescued dogs, but for any animal that needs a place to stay safe. And surprisingly, in Cyprus, there are goats and donkeys and pigs that need some sort of sanctuary. I've seen at least pigs and goats. Donkeys, I know, are in some rescue sanctuaries, so maybe we could offer that as well. But that's all in the future, and will take a very long time to get to that stage, and a lot of funding. Now, we're only just going through the process to set up officially our organisation, so we can't do fundraising and take donations at the moment. But that's not actually our main goal at this time. Really, what we're trying to do is build up support and following and some sort of network, so that when we have animals that we rescue, we can get help paying the vet bills, which are usually quite expensive, and if they're not covered by people helping to contribute towards them, then they're paid by ourselves. But in order to get to that stage, we need a network of people. We need followers, we need supporters, we need group members, all these sort of things that can help lift us off the ground. And at the moment, I feel like we're just sort of rumbling along the grass, whereas actually we need a kick up our asses, really, or we need somebody to kick our charity up the arse so that it starts to take off. And the problem I found is that I've been doing a lot of marketing on social media, so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I try to make some nice videos that look okay. I mean, I'm no professional videographer or video editor, as you'll probably find out, but I like to use design apps and hopefully make interesting and eye-catching images and videos. So that's what I've been doing. We have a Facebook group, I have an Instagram account, I have a TikTok account, and all these things are okay, particularly Facebook. I mean, Facebook is where we have our group. So that's where a lot of our attention is, because that's where we can build up members to the Facebook group. And then that's where, if we're posting items that need to be shared, then we have at the moment about 350 members in our group. But we also have a separate Facebook page. As I've worked out, there's lots of different combinations of stuff, and it's all quite confusing. I'm sure it's confusing to the people that try and follow us, but I'm trying to make sense of it all. So we have a separate business page in Facebook, which is where we put all the dogs that are available for adoption. And I did it like this because in our Facebook group, we sometimes ask for help towards vet bills or help to rescue some dogs that we are aware of that need to be rescued, that we can take in, or we're asking for people to help us. As I said, we don't have a sanctuary yet or a shelter yet. So all the dogs that we have are actually in our own houses. We foster them in our houses. And there's a few of us. There's, like I said, there's us and there's our neighbour. Our neighbour has about 42 dogs. So yeah, that's kind of our shelter at the moment. We have 4 dogs. We also have other people, independent people who foster dogs for us. Other charities that we're able to ask if they've got space, take the dogs for us as well. But we also have an agreement with a local dog kennels that we pay for a certain amount of kennel space each month. So we've got about 6 or 8 dogs in 4 different kennels over there. So we have a lot of need for fosterers, so that when dogs we find need to be saved and need help and need to be taken off the streets, then they can go into a foster house. Otherwise, we've got nowhere to put them. And at the moment, we're full. I mean, we're over full. I mean, I just said she's got 42 dogs. I mean, unless you meet her, you wouldn't understand how somebody could have 42 dogs in their house. But she does it, and she does it brilliantly. We struggle just to have 4 dogs in our house. But then that's another one of my problems, is I'm quite neurotic and marginally OCD. So having more than 4 dogs in a house where I don't really want them to eat my sofa is probably as good as I'm going to get. But we're doing our best, and we have had more than 4 when it's been urgent. If we found a dog, there's nowhere for it to go, we've taken it in. Fortunately, we found the owner, and they come pick it up, and that's great. We don't have to permanently have more than 4 dogs. So that's what we use Facebook for, is separating the adoptions from the requests for help for fosters and vet bills and rescue work and stuff like that. Whereas with the business page, with the adoption page, we can put all the dogs that are available for adoption on there, almost like a catalogue. Which sounds bad, but that's how we look at it, as we have these dogs to present, and they all have a little bio, and we make videos of them, and we can put them on there, and it's whatever we can do to raise the profile of the dogs. So what we rely on is having a large support network, so that when we put things on our social media, that people look at it, they like it, they think it's interesting, but also they're inclined to comment or most importantly, share the videos. And at the moment, we're not getting that many shares. We're not getting that many people seeing that we are dependent on social networks to elevate or expand our reach, so that hopefully somewhere out there, a friend of a friend of a friend, as they share it, it will finally reach somebody who is looking for a rescue dog and sees one of ours and thinks, I like that dog. I'm going to look into getting that dog. And then they can contact us and we can give them details and point them in the direction of the website for more details on the website. And that's how we're going to have to work at the moment. We're dependent on people sharing our work. It's not happening. We get very little shares. I mean, it's mainly my aunt and my mother-in-law, and I love them dearly, but they're no great big influencers, says I, making my first video. And I don't think it's anything personal or anything specific to us. I think that happens to all groups, charities, organisations on Facebook, in that if you're posting stuff regularly, people sometimes get bored, oversaturated, but also because of Facebook algorithms. I mean, I've read a lot about Facebook algorithms. It's not the most thrilling bedtime reading, but I'm trying to understand how they work and how we can use the algorithm to reach more people. But even people with hundreds of thousands of followers are still fighting against the algorithms to reach people. So hence this. And this may go in exactly the same way as everything else has. And it may be that I stick one video up there and, one person sees it and I think, right, okay, well, that didn't work. I'll do another one and try and share it. And do you know what I mean? So we're trying. We are trying our best, and we are trying to use any tool that is available to us to promote ourselves. And the only reason we're promoting ourselves at the moment is so that we can get some support and we can widen our net so that more people see us, more people support us, more people share our posts. And at the end of the day, even at the moment when we're not registered as a charity and cannot take donations, our main objective is always to save the dogs that we can, or at the moment just dogs, but save the animals that we can, find them somewhere safe and secure and hopefully loving. I mean, kennels and shelters aren't perfect, but they're better than nothing. But foster houses are wonderful because they prepare the dogs for living in a domestic environment. But our goal will always be to, where we can, get a dog healthy and get it rehomed. And usually about 95 or so % at the moment, dogs that we save that get rehomed, our main objective is to get them rehomed in the UK. So almost all our dogs get adopted, go to the UK. So that's our main focus. Obviously, when we get registered as a charity, we will look to take donations to help us in other ways. So obviously, we're going to need a shelter at some point. But there's things like food and vaccines and flea and tick and parasite collars that we have to get for the dogs. Obviously, the day-to-day stuff, we don't have a pot of money to take from to pay for those things. If we have people who kindly pay towards our vet bills, any money that is then left over after paying the vet bills is then able to be used for the ongoing care of the dog that we've taken in. But very often it might not. And so we will pay ourselves to do things. So we will need donations, and we will need fundraising, and we will need a lot of fundraising if we're to buy or rent some land, build a shelter, and then eventually build other enclosures for any other animals that come along. And obviously we want to have some sort of centre where the dogs can be brought to and they can be checked, and we can manage all our paperwork and things like that. So there will be costs. I say costs, there will be huge amounts of money involved to get all that set up, and we at the moment don't have a plan of how long that's going to take. It could be 10 years, it could be 15 years, it could be my retirement plan, and that I will be 75 years old wrestling pigs and donkeys. I don't know whether that's a thing, but if it helps me get more views, then I'll give it a go. So we will need donations, and so having a support network before we get to that point will also benefit us. So I've rabbited on a little bit, haven't I? I don't know how long these videos should be, and I don't really want to bore people, so maybe we leave it at that for now. But if I could just say, if you want more information, I will, and this is being optimistic, but I will try to put the website address on here. Is it there? If it's not, I failed, and it's in the comments. But otherwise, it's just me doing this for no reason. But we have our web address. We also have our Facebook group, and we also have Instagram and TikTok. All of them are easy to find at Elysium Animal Rescue, pretty much for TikTok and Instagram. And then if you go on Facebook, you can search for groups. There's Elysium Animal Rescue Cyprus, and then there is a page which is Elysium Animal Rescue Cyprus, available for adoption. I think I got that right. I'll put as many links as I can either in the caption, or if there's some beautiful way that I can present them, then I will give that a go also. But like I said, first time, so we'll see how we go. But we also need you to share. If you do nothing else, click on a share button, leave a comment. All these things push posts up in the algorithms. Likes and comments, give them certain scores. Likes less than comments, apparently. Again, this is what I've learned. Actually sharing things also makes them more likely to appear on people's feeds and timelines and all that stuff. I don't begin to understand it for a second. I'm trying my best, and we'll just see what works. But like, share, comment on all our posts on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then now YouTube. So give it a go. Share us around, make us viral if that will happen. It sounds awful, and I don't mind if I have to take some sort of antibiotics for it, because if it gets more people looking at us, then let's do it. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching. I will try to make these more entertaining or interesting in future. I could show you the dogs, I don't know where they are, and if I call them, then it's going to go nuts. But for now, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you again. Let's try calling the dogs. Mac, Hope, Siffy, Cooper, anyone? Hey, come here. Up, 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 up. Okay, zoom. You can see some of them. Here you go, Hope, coming up. Siffy! So here's Siffy. This is Hope. There's Cooper in the back there. So Mac, who you maybe saw first, is our adopted dog. Siffy, say hello, say hello. So Hope, Siffy and Cooper are fosters, and they're all up for adoption. So you can check out their information on the website or on Facebook. So Hope here. Let's see. Rather than bring the dogs to the camera, let's try and take the camera to the dogs. Cooper, where are you going? So this is Siffy. Siffy, stand up so that people can see you. Hope, stand up, stand up, stand up. There we go. So this is Hope. She is about 3 or 4 years old now, and she's ready for adoption. Oh, we're tired. Are you bored? Are you just mimicking what everybody else is going to be doing? This is Siffy. Siffy was found tied to a park bench. Hope was actually taken to the vet and asked to be put to sleep, and they refused to put her to sleep, so the owner just abandoned her. So we've taken her. Cooper, I know, I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. Cooper was found on the streets and was incredibly skinny, and Mac was found in a hellhole shelter, a place where they had dogs but they didn't care for them very well, and so he was kind of abused, and we adopted him. And in fact, it's his fault that we got into this, but that's another story, and maybe that's what I can talk about next time if you're interested. If you're not, put it in the comments, say this was a load of shit, what the fuck are you doing, just making a tit of yourself. And I think that's a good way to end the video. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you want more, I'll try and do some more. Thanks, and have a good day.